today we'll see an auction event, and then we'll proceed with templates in the coming section. Next after that. Let's go to Ariba. So now we want to see an auction event. So I'll be creating a sourcing project. See, I'll keep this as C, 27 July, 2023 auction. So project, I'll be selecting auction. So if nothing is mentioned, that is a reverse auction. So that is basically for purchasing time, where we are going to get the price of the auction is going to reduce. So that is benefit for the buyer when the prices are lower. But if you want to sell something, office stationery or not stationery, excess inventory. So which you have purchased as part of one of the project, then the project is completed. The remaining inventory you want to sold it, you can use forward action. And also your machinery or tools, if you have implemented a new re-engineering and the old machinery you want to sell, in that situation, you can use forward action. But keep in mind that in order to do this forward action, you need to have a license from Ariba also to sell, because you need to register as a supplier over Ariba network, then you will be able to do that activity. So they have provided, but that requires an additional step. In our case, basically we'll be using reverse action. Even if nothing is mentioned, that is a reverse action. This project no. And under auctions, we are having three different options. One is English auction, Japanese auction, Dutch auction. So let's select with the English auction today. What is the difference between Dutch action and Japanese action? I am going to explain in during template section, or maybe after this. Let's select the relevant template. Again, if nothing is mentioned, that is English action. If something is mentioned as a Dutch or Japanese JP, then that is Japanese action. Let's select English reverse action. Okay. Click on create. You can see that when you created this one, then there is a change which is happening to your timing rules and bidding rules. So it will not be the standard in RFP. Now let's understand this. Enable preview period bidding open. So before you conduct an event, if you are allowing a preview period, so that will allow the users to look at your content of the item, then they can prepare their bids. In such a way, if you are enabling a preview period before bidding open, that is yes. Can participants place bidding during this period? No, I do not want to allow pre-bid. So what is pre-bid? So they can give their expected prices under. If you want to do that, you can do. Otherwise, do not allow pre-bids. I don't want any pre-bids. Specify how lot building will begin and end. So what is this is called parallel, staggered, serial. So parallel bidding, what will happen? There are, if you are having three line items, line item 1, line item 2, line item 3. All these three will be open at a time, and the supplier can give the prices to all these three, and it will also close at the same time. That is parallel bidding. When you click on staggered, so the bidding will open all, like line 1, line 2, line 3 will be open. Line 1, after it closes, then line 2 will close, and then line 3 will close. So that is called staggered bidding. Serial. So in this case, one after one. So line 1 will be open first, and you will complete the bidding process, and line 2 will open, and that will be end, and line 3 will start, and line 3 will open. Either line or lot, both are remain same only. Okay, that is how there are three different types of biddings. If you want more information, click on the I button. It will explain you what is now. Select the relevant sequence of open and closing timings for different lots. Parallel means that lots start and end at the same time. Staggered means all the lots open at the same time but closes sequentially. Serial means that one lot ends before the next lot begins. This will also be a interview question. How many types of bidding timing rules which we are having? Okay. Now bidding start time. So I am selecting serial, one after one it will be. If you are adding only one line item, it does not matter. If you are having multiple line items a lot, then this makes a sense. Bidding start. I want my bidding to start at today, 10 o'clock. A.m. If you want to send a reminder, you can put for reminder also. So you will be receiving a notification when this is done. Okay. Running lab for the first time, 10 minutes. So once it started 10, it will end by 10 minutes. Change. Okay. Bid rank that triggers over time. So if the rank is 2, then it will be overtime will start. Start overtime if it is submitted in last 3 minutes. So I'm keeping for 10 minutes. So 10 o'clock it will start and 10 o'clock, 10 minutes it will end. If someone is giving last 3 minutes, then I want the overtime to start and extend the period by one more 3 minutes. Let's keep this one as it is. So this is your timing rules. Enable traffic light bidding, which will give green, red, orange, amber information so that it will help the supplier what stage they are in. Traffic light bidding is a type of English reverse auction where suppliers submit decreasing bids. That is obviously we know that the decreasing bid. Supplier receives a feedback about whether their bid will be considered in the form of green, yellow, and red traffic light. Traffic light is typically used to filter suppliers in a multi-stage. Improve bid amount. So, for example, you are bidding for 1,000 rupees. Okay, 1,000 euros your item. How do you want to reduce? Is it by percentage or is it by nominal amount? So, percentage means, for example, if someone is giving 99 and if you are giving 10 percentage, 9.9, that is percentage bidding reducing. But if you're selecting nominal amount, they can enter the prices as a 1, 2, 2, 3, 4 nominal value. Can participants submit tie bids? Obviously, tie bids are not possible because it is a competitive bidding. When someone is giving a price of, for example, 10, the other person cannot enter 10. He has to enter lower amount. Require participant to give a reason to declining bid. So currency rules same. Project owner enable starting gate. Okay, this is enable a starting gate for each lot. Okay, so we are going to keep only one. This is what I need to see how they restricted 10 minutes. So this is team members. So wherever I'm adding by 7. So surrogate bidders. So surrogate bidders is suppose some of your supplier says that say during your bidding time I may not be available. Can you please enter my price as this? So they will provide you an email with the details of their pricing. If you want to add that pricing as your during you want to capture that price information as part of your bidding process, you can use surrogate bidder option, and whoever having that surrogate bidder member, only they can act as the supplier and they can enter it. So I will be selecting buyer 7 also surrogate bidder. So we will be seeing the option as surrogate bidder when we are entering the prices. Click on next. We are well versed with suppliers. So how you want to add the suppliers, we can add it. Invite participant. The easiest method is going to the past events, which was created yesterday. Click on search. In first on other thing. Just selecting all the suppliers. Click on next. Now here I'm adding line items. So I don't want these items to be visible in the part of function. Click on delete. Add line item. Then laptop. Commodity code. Laptop. Okay. So now here also you can decide whether the supplier give pricing per unit for all units. Suppose we are asking for a 10 laptop which consists of 100,000, whether they want to give as basis of 100,000 or they want to give 10,000 unit price. So the difference will be when they bid on all units, that is divided by number of quantities, or they can bid on one, whichever is preferable, you can do that. In our case, we want 10 laptops. Okay. And here I need to remember historic price will be 10,000 and ceiling price will be lower than this, 5,000. So below 5,000, I will not accept any bid to be coming. So it starts from 10,000, it will go until 5,000, then the event will close. If you're keeping 6,000, event will close at 6,000. So bid decrement. So when I'm giving 10,000, I want bid decrement has to happen with $100. Protect the lead with the front buffer off. So what is the advantage of this is generally during auction event. So suppose by mistakenly someone enters a wrong value. Maybe 100 you will enter and the system will accept it. You will not able to change that. That is the reason protect the lead with the front buffer off. Suppose when someone is entering as a 9,000, the second person cannot enter less than 9,000. That amount you are going to say here. He can only enter the next price from 8,000 to 10,000. So beyond that, he will not able to enter. So traffic light bidding icons for this line item. I'll just see whether we can able to see the traffic line item. So the green traffic line and the best bid only. Yes. If someone is giving a best price, he will be seen as a green. So the green traffic item in the bid where this employer, so the green light item in the bid as this employer. Show the yellow light. Randomly, I'm selecting 50. Okay, so you can click on done. You click on next. Now, before I publish, I want to view as one of the supplier. We publish approval. Okay, there is an approval task also there. So going to the team content action, view as one of the participants. So ours is Ariba seller. So when Ariba seller logging into Ariba, he will be going to see, he is not going to see the, okay, seeing value 5,000, bidding increment 10,000, and he is not seeing. So for example, he enters 9,000, update total, he can able to participate. Seems fine. Let's see this. Before I start this event, click on next. Let us log in as a supplier also. Proposals and questionnaires. I'm keeping my supplier account ready. And let's go. There is an issue here. So if I publish it, let's see. View publish approval task. Okay, so there is no approver is there, thank God. Then it will automatically approve and we can enter the act. So what time the event is going to start? 10 a.m. So I want to reduce this before I do that because I may not see the reducing the time when the live auction events are done. Going to the rules, I'll be starting at 25. Okay, 825 may be better. Publish. Monitor this event. So 8:25, the event will start, so which will allow the suppliers to see in another 2 minutes. Let's go to the supplier side and see what he is going to see. Option. Click on event query. Only this one. The auction. Yeah, you can see this preview period, auction, review prerequisites. We're keeping one supplier ready with this information. The terms, click on OK. So he can select for which lab items he want to accept the participation. Now, another 1 second. Now you can go to the lot bidding. So he can enter the price. I think I have wrongly entered the ceiling. Say 9,500. Submit current lot. Say 4,500. I have wrongly mentioned this ceiling value 4,500 and he has submitted his bid. Ariba seller top bid 4,500. Let's go to one of the other suppliers. You can see one person has submitted. Now I want to act as one of the other supplier. Let's select this person and click on surrogate bid. So in buying screen, I'm acting as a 2 suppliers. Actually, one mistake I did. I should have kept the ceiling price as the highest amount which they can bid. So now one supplier has entered the price as 4,500. Now this person or the seller, how he will be seeing that lot, we can see. Okay, so 10. So he cannot enter. Now I just want to enter 10 to 2,000. Submit current lot. There is a buffer I have kept. The value entered here improves your previous bidding ceiling value by more than 10%. It gives a warning. He can enter 4,500 means he can only enter like 2,000. Submit current lot. Too close. So we are supporting that bid there. So 3,400. Okay. Once he submitted, he is in green zone. Your bid will not be considered in the bid selection cycle. So let's go to the other supplier. What is this showing? 4,500. Let's refresh it. This guy is red. Okay, now you are seeing this, the competition is happening between these two suppliers. Suppose he want to take a lead bid. So what is the price he need to enter? System will suggest it. Click on it, lead bid, click on OK. 2,400 with the rules which you have set up. There is a 1,000 is the margin. So previous bid to the other bid cannot be entered. We support with so then he can click on submit current lot to take the lead bid. It has been submitted. Actually, we have not maintained this correctly. Otherwise, it will show green and orange and other things also. In this case, still you can see new bid, which is showing as a 829, and it will also tell best value bid, and he can able to have a chance. I'm stopping as a seller and seeing from the buyer front how the bid is happening. So go to the auction. Suppliers. So these two people have participated. You will also added one table, one tab, bid console, when you are conducting an auction event. So it will clearly tell who is the lead bidder, Ariba and whoever participated, what is the price it is happening, and the lead bid will be 2,400. And from here you can see all the additional details also. Go to the content. So the responses you can see, this price is 2,400, his price is 4,500. Like that, even other supplier, even to take a lead bid, he will be getting an option to participate. This is a competitive bidding. In order to take lead bid, so it is 1,400. If he can able to accept this price, he can able to decide it. Otherwise, he will withdraw from submitting his bid, and whoever is giving the lowest bid will be awarded. Yeah, 2,400 into 10, 24,000 US dollars. So actually, I have set up wrongly. In the ceiling price, I kept as a 5,000. That should have been 10,000. Only the bid decrement value, I should have changed it. Because of that reason, it is not allowing me to enter the price more than 5,000. And also, I have kept a buffer limit to protect the lead bid. So, for example, one supplier has submitted a bid of 3,000, I kept as 1,000 as a buffer. So that means next supplier cannot give a value near to 3,000 minus 1,000, 3,000 plus 1,000. Between this region, this range, another supplier will not be given. That's the reason when I'm taking a lead bid, less than that 1,000, it is allowing me to enter a value. So these are all bidding rules which we can able to configure when we are running an event. So before you go into auction, it is highly recommended you do a practice with your test suppliers and make sure it is working fine. Then go for a action. As I mentioned, action is something kind of a legal, not legal, it is some structured way, making that if you're making some mess with the live auction event, then your reputation will be lost from the market. So to avoid that, you will be doing this one. And as I mentioned, during auction event, you can also take support from Ariba. Hey, I mistakenly entered this one. I want to change it. So then Ariba will help you to change this event. We here, even if you, I don't normally, generally, we won't see this pausing and we will only see either cancel or stop event only. See, edit, if I can able to edit those values, content, the ceiling price, I want to set it to 10,000, click on next. This is first time I'm doing, let's see if I can able to. Whatever ceiling price I have changed. Okay. Monitor this event. Okay. 47 is remaining for the first lot. Let's go to one of the supplier quickly, whether we can take lead. Okay, the price is already entered, so he will not able to take. He will be a lowest one. 4,000, 1,400. Anyway, so if he's not taking any chance, then last minute, which we have mentioned a rule, I'll just submit a current bid. Then you can see this will get extended. You can see that overtime has been triggered because I changed last 3 minutes of my event and he becomes a lead bid. I think it is showing the rank of bidding as a number one ranker, and another 2 minutes of time, 3 minutes of time got extended. Okay. So this is about how you conduct an auctions. So we have seen RFI and RFP and auctions. Now let's focus on template creation. So in order to do the template creation, you will be going to the manage and click on templates. For template creation, you need to be a member of template creator role or template project role. So that means once you click on a template, again it will take you to the same folder. You need to be member of this team. So either you need to be a member of this team or you need to be having a role called template creator role. Template creator role. Then you will be having access to this. And in real time, this will be given only to the consultant and administrator, not to any other person. Let's edit this one. For some reason, even we will also add, is there? We will add as a group also. 7. Okay, so delete these groups also, say some persons tested it. Okay, leave it. So once you have the access, go to the templates, documents tab. Okay. So here you will be having different templates available. So I want to create a brand new template. How can I do that? Going to the action sphere, click on create, click on template. So here I'm going to create a brand new template without any pre-existing templates. Clicking on this one, create template. Okay, now you will be given option to select what you're going to create. I can create a sourcing request template, create a sourcing project template, contract workspace template, contract request template, performance management template, modular questionnaire template, process project. Only these projects only allowed to create. Like apply creation, requisition, and all, you are unable to create a template. So in this case, I want to create a sourcing project template. Click on OK. I'll be creating 27 sourcing, right? 2023, and I'm going to create as a full project or quick project. You want to decide here. So let's create a quick project and select RFP. Sourcing project RFP template 27. Click on OK. If your company is enabled with guided sourcing, then you will be seeing this option. Otherwise, you will not see this option. I have created the sourcing project template for an RFP. So how do I enter details of that RFP? By clicking on here, edit. Then this is the place you are going to decide all your timing rules and other rules. So let's see. So if the project is created, generally, if you're doing for a auction, then you will be using this format, Japanese or Dutch. But in our case, let it be keep as a template. Template capacity type. Okay. Capacity type is standard, large, and simple. So standard template means you can create up to 2000 line items. Suppose if your line items are more than 2000, then you need to use large template. When you are using a large template, you will not able to see the line items in Ariba screen. Then that has to be exported into an Excel template. From Excel, you will be able to see the line items. So that is use of large template. Even some settings also will change when you select it as a large template. So here you are also deciding supplier eligibility criteria. Minimum supplier for event participation. In my sourcing project, RFP when I'm creating, what kind of suppliers I want to allow? I want to allow only registered supplier, then I can select registered supplier. So when you search for the suppliers, then if you are adding some unregistered supplier, during your publishing of that event, system will stop you and ask you have added participants who are not registered. Then you need to change, you need to remove that supplier or you need to get the supplier registered, then you will be able to publish the event. Now, Ariba will give you options whether this setting do you want to hidden for the end user. That means this will not be visible to the end user or read only. In this case, I am making a decision, but this will be visible to the participant. When he creates a template when he creates an RFP using this template, for him, it will show that minimum supplier status is registered, but he will not able to modify the value. Okay, that is for the supplier participation. In order to, in this case, I'm okay with any supplier who is not even registered also. I will allow him because at this stage, I do not know whether I'm going to give the business to him or not. He's a new supplier. So I can do that. Even a non-invited supplier, I can create a supplier and I can able to send it. but minimum supplier status for award eligibility. But during the awarding time, I want to make sure that supplier is a registered supplier so that I can give the business to him. Then you are making that decision and you are going to hide this information. So supplier qualification level, whether he can be qualified at event level or item level. So mostly we will be keeping as event level. Automatically invite preferred supplier. This is the advantage of making your suppliers. When you say this as invite to event, automatically, if you are making a preferred supplier, whenever you are creating an event, those suppliers will be invited into your Ariba participants role. This is about your supplier eligibility criteria. Envelope rules. Whether your RFP contains an envelopes that you are going to see. Will teams control envelope access? Yes. Then delegated. So that means option is given to the end user who is creating the creating a project, whether he can choose this option, either yes or no, he can able to decide. That is what delegate option. Some cases you are not seeing this option because that is forbidden. In some cases you are seeing this option means you give this option to your end user to decide whether he want to go with envelope bidding or no. Number of envelopes. Once you select team as yes, then you need to tell how many number of envelopes you want to create. Even I want to create 2 envelopes, but again, I want this to be delegated to the end user. He will be deciding it whether he want to add the user. So in this case, no envelope, I'm giving delegate. Timing rules. So now we have completed these rules. Timing rule. Enable preview period. If you remember, earlier when I'm clicking one document, I'm seeing click publish button. So this is because I'm delegated this option to the end user, he is able to see. Suppose I want to keep only one option, scheduling for future date, and I want to keep hidden, then he will only see this information. He will not see this information. So this we are aware how the bidding all will be. Generally, wherever you want to give the flexibility to your end user, keep this option as delegated, or wherever you want to restrict the usage, as per your company policy, you can delegate it. One such best example will be even participation. You can won't see the responses, right? Okay. Now, where we are. So this is about your timing rules. So whether you want to allow lot bidding, delegating, and response start time and due dating also delegating. This obviously you should delegate only. You cannot restrict it. If you restrict it, then it is no point. So they will not be able to change. All the project will only have 30 minutes. Set a review period after. Okay, in previous example also, someone has kept a due date of a lot item as 10 minutes, then he has hidden it. So then I will not able to change that option. But in our case, we are delegating it so that the end user can decide it. Set a review period, that is again delegating. Allow overtime, which we have seen delegating it. Estimated hour. This I don't want to be visible also. There is no point giving this information to the supplier. In this case, I'm just clicking on hidden. So this field will not be visible to that particular user. So we are done with the timing rules. Now going to the bidding rule. Do you want to surrogate bidding option is available? Hidden. In this case, someone is creating a project using this one, they will not be able to use surrogate bid option. I want to give this option and yes, and I want to hidden it also. Let's allow the surrogate bidding also. Allow participant to submit by email. So I don't want to know. I am even hiding also. So why we are using email method? We don't want to use that method. Enable multi-round, that is anyway restricted setting. Enable scoring on participant respondent, delegating it. Use transformation bidding format. So what is transformation bidding format is allows you to compare participant offerings that are not the same. For example, in terms of quality level, total factors such as you assign transfer. Okay. So Transformation bidding means, for example, you're getting suppliers from, for example, you are located in Hyderabad, you're getting one material and the suppliers are located from Andhra Pradesh, Chennai, Bangalore, Bombay. Okay. Getting an item from Andhra Pradesh will be cheaper because the transport is the distance is less and the transport costs will be reduced. Getting an item from Chennai will be higher compared to Andhra Pradesh because the transport cost is higher because of the distance. For example, the price of the product is 100 for all the suppliers, whereas transport cost I am bearing it. So if I am getting an item from Andhra Pradesh will be cheaper for me because the transport cost is higher. So I will be building this transport cost in my bidding time in my event in the pricing information. I'm going to add the transport cost for Andhra Pradesh supplier 50, for Tamil Nadu supplier 100, for Bangalore supplier 150, for Bombay supplier 200. This information only visible to me only. Based on this, when event is conducted and RFP is conducted, it will reduce the price. Suppose an item getting from Andhra Pradesh supplier of 950, which is equal to a supplier supplying from Tamil Nadu of 900. When he gives 900, I am still saving. If the price is 890 from Tamil Nadu supplier, I will be getting an advantage. Similarly, Andhra Pradesh supplier, even if he's giving a 920 price, still that is benefit for me. 920 plus 50 will be 970 only. Whereas some supplier giving 890 price plus 100, including the transport cost, that is not fair for me. That is a loss for me. So that is what transformation bidding will capture information in your pricing. So when you're creating an RFP bid with bid transformation, you have the option to enter one term where you are going to define the values for that particular supplier. This is a classical example when you're dealing with multi-regional or multi-import time. Maybe you are importing one from a different country, the import duty higher in another country. You will be capturing that information. Then you're comparing the prices, base prices from the product and taking a decision. That is transformation bidding. Bid guardian percentage. So when he is given a bid, whether you want to provide a bid guardian. For example, a user has given 1,000, the next supplier, he cannot give 990 because that will not make any big difference. Suppose you maintain bid guardian percentage of 50, the next price should be lower than 950. There is one disadvantage of using this bid guardian percentage. What will happen? So the other supplier will know that someone has entered a price of 950, so you are leaking the price. In that case, generally we will not even maintain bid guardian. Allow owner to change bid improvement rules at lot item, that is fine. Can participants say alternative responses? Suppose you are asking for a price of a Samsung and someone wants to give a price of a Chinese mobile. Do you want to do that? No. But in some cases, it is quite possible, even though the quality remains same, the brand may be different. For example, cement you are buying with one particular grade. So you are asking for one particular cement, but the supplier is having another brand of the same grade. Then you allow alternative prices. What will happen? The supplier will enter the price and next to that, he will add the grade of that item also. In that situation, you can allow delegated option. Enable custom offline responses. That is again, do you want to offline responses you want to receive, which we do not want to encourage. Must participant improve their bids, delegating that option, lead bid, create a buffer, protect, improve bid amount by. So here, if you remember, we have chosen nominal amount and personal amount. If you have a company policy that you want always take only nominal amount, then keep this and keep hidden also, then this option will not be provided to the end user. So end user is nothing but a sourcing agent. Surrogate bid. So if you are allowing a surrogate bid, you want to provide a justification. Then if it is yes, you can have the remarks entered whenever some surrogate bid is used. Reason for declining bid, allow suppliers to add items. So generally we don't want to add additional items. Whatever required items only we'll be getting it. So with this, we are completing bidding rules. This is standard. Currency rules also we know. project create custom rules allows. So okay, this is again. I don't want this. Always it is an estimated price one. In that case, I'm going to remove the additional responses. Okay. Even I want to hide this information. Doesn't matter. I'm always my behavior such more. So the supply prices is always estimated on. It is not any contracted price at this stage. I will keep that standard as the estimated price, and I'm going to hide also. I don't want to show this information. So whatever you are hiding, that will not be visible to the user creating a event. Okay, I think we can complete. Similarly, market feedback. So formulas to participant delegated, how participant view market information. So participant and basically how your suppliers ranking and supplier things will be, that is market feedback. Mostly the important thing for us will be timing rules and bidding rules. These two are very important, which will control our process. Supplier eligibility also, depending upon your company policy you are using. Majority of the cases standard only. If you are enabling something for a larger environment, create a different environment and make that as a large capacity RFP type. In single format, we do not want to club both of these things. That is the reason we will keep that as a standard. Even you will not able to delegate this option also. Either it has to be standard or it has to be delegate larger capacity. So once you are done with this one, the rules have been fixed. The next one will be suppliers. We're not going to touch anything on the supplier front because that has to be delegated to the users one. Users will be selecting for each event. But in content, we can able to control what we want to do. Go to the content. Here you can import whatever you're doing from here. That will be appearing for the end user also. Since I am creating a brand new template, I'm not seeing this anything. Going to the summary. I'm clicking on exit, return to project or view details. I'm not going to use this one, so I'm trying to even delete option is not. Go back. Okay. Now I have created this sourcing project RFP template, but whether this template will be visible for end users at this point of time, no. Because the status is showing as draft. In order to be available this template to the end user, I need to action, click on publish. So then only they will able to publish means then that is available for the users to utilize it. View details. I want to delete this one. I'm not seeing that option. Let's see. Unless it is in draft state, that is not available for end users. I'm not publishing it because I don't want additional RFP being shown to the end users. Suppose you have published it, okay, then you do not want, okay, now you are making it changes. At this stage, it will not show. The system will also give you the versions, number of versions are created. Okay, what we have seen is a brand new template which do not have any existing condition. Now I am going to show you the best practice always will be you use the template provided by Ariba, copy the template and utilize it. That is the best practices. It is not highly recommended to create your own template using this method unless you are familiar with all the rules and template rules and template configurations. Why it is? Because Ariba best practices have been based on your requirement. They have already made. I want to show you the templates. The best practices is you need to find out the template owner as Ariba system. That means that is the default template coming from your Ariba during deployment phase. You copy the template, create a new version, and there you will be having existing documents and other tasks, existing one. You modify those existing templates to your requirement and publish the template so that end user can use the best practices template.